All right, we all here? We all awake? Kind of, sort of? All right, good enough. I've got it at about 2.5 minutes before the official Oscar nominations begin. Who is it again that's hosting it? It's Bowen Yang and Rachel Sennott, something like that, pronunciation wise. Um, yeah, I've heard this is going to be kind of a case where we're going to have those two are going to be virtual or whatever, so I don't think there's going to be a big crowd. We're not going to have press there applauding and stuff in between each nomination. So, anyways, yeah, I guess just a really quick recap before we get started here, before they get started. Again, we're expecting big mornings from films like Emilia Perez. I expect that to lead nominations. Conclave, I think, will be well, 4 nominations behind by my guess, but roughly in that 9 to 10 range. Brutalist and Wicked about 8 apiece, and Dune Part 2 and Complete Unknown, those are, I've got it, both of those at 7 apiece. All right. Well, I guess one more thing before we do get started here. I usually do it in the last predictions video, but for everyone else out there who's predicting, I do want to wish you the best of luck. Hopefully, you get a couple nominations correct that you're nervous about or that you're not sure about. Yeah, and so I think it's always good to have, because we kind of talked like with the Monica Barbaro thing, which I hope happens this morning. I didn't pull her or anything. I always make sure I make no changes between the last prediction video and the morning of. It's kind of a douchebag thing to do. I don't do it. So, that being said, I always say it's probably good, in my mind at least I say, it's probably good to have 2, 3 predictions where you're like, kind of hoping it happens, but it's likely to happen or possible to happen. There's a scenario you can see it happening. Like if you got a couple other things that you're not sure about, then, then you can leave it be. Okay, I've got this at about 112. We're going to turn the volume down just a little bit. We'll turn it back up later. Allergy pill's not kicking in yet, so hopefully I don't have to dab my nose way too much here, but we get one shot at this. Do it live, right? Anyways, yeah, I guess I don't have much else to say. We're going to jump in. Again, hopefully the movies I've picked have done okay, and hopefully we're not way too far off with these predictions, but 4 months, it's a lot of time to stew. It's a lot of time to put things in, get them right, and then take them out later just to get them wrong, or vice versa, where you've been like, nope, this isn't going to happen, and then toward the last, tail end of the skit there, you're finally like, okay, maybe this will happen, and then you put it in, and then sometimes it pays off. So, all right, I think they're about ready to start, actually. Maybe. I've got it right on time that they would start, but we will see. I got a black screen. Oh, by the way, you might remember last year, they were in the middle of nomination announcements when all of a sudden YouTube ads started popping up for some people. I made sure I've got premium this time, so it's not going to happen to me. I hope. Because it's supposed to be ad-free or whatever, so. I thought it was supposed to be virtual. I see people there. Excuse me. All right, what do you guys got?
Good morning, and thank you for joining us for the 97th Oscars
Yeah,
nominations.
only 3 away from the big Hundy.
On behalf of the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and
3 years
Sciences,
away.
I want to welcome you and extend our deepest sympathies to everyone.
Sorry,
impacted
try to
by
clear
the
my sinuses
violence
here by
here
doing
in
this or
Southern
something. It's supposed to help.
Ah,
dang it.
Time for Los Angeles, where many members of our film community, industry work and live. But the last several weeks have proven what we already know to be true. Our film industry and Los Angeles are resilient. And for almost a century,
I hope so.
the Oscars have brought us together to unite and
Yeah, I saw like Stephen King was tweeting like cancel the Oscars and stuff. It's like, well, sorry, Stephen, it's more a worldwide venture now. It's not just LA. As much as it may seem that way sometimes.
Pay tribute to our brave first responders.
Yeah, no songs too. They said that on, I think it was yesterday or very late Tuesday. They said no songs
And now,
performed
without
at the
further
Oscars.
delay, to announce this year's Academy Award nominees.
All right, who
please
we got?
welcome Rachel Sennott and Bowen Yang.
All right. How long were these guys in makeup? They've probably been up since 1 a.m.
What an honor it is to be you today.
Me and Bowen are wide awake. We have been up since 10 p.m. and between us we've had 3 Diet Cokes, an entire pack of cigarettes, and 1 Adderall.
Tuh.
And you get to guess who had what. Don't worry, everyone. Rachel and I have been through extensive pronunciation training for
Good luck. God, pronunciation can suck sometimes.
Amazing, Bowen. That was really good. Well, let's not keep people waiting any
All
longer.
right.
Let's
What do you
go.
got?
Are we ready for
Let's
some
do it.
nominees?
Let's go.
I think so.
First, for best performance by an actor in a supporting role,
Here we go. Give me Yura.
Yura Borisov in Anora.
Yes.
Kieran Culkin
Yes.
in Real Pain.
Ed Norton.
Edward Norton in A Complete Unknown.
Guy Pearce.
Guy Pearce in The Brutalist.
Okay. Jeremy Strong.
And Jeremy Strong in The
5 for 5. Great start. Good thing I put Jeremy Strong in. Nice.
Next, the nominees for achievement in costume design.
Okay.
A Complete Unknown,
Nope. Didn't have that one.
Conclave,
Nope. No Blitz.
Gladiator 2,
Oh. Gladiator 2.
Nosferatu,
Nosferatu. Wicked.
and Wicked.
Okay. No Dune. All right.
The nominees for achievement in makeup and hairstyling.
All right. I've got that one right here. Beetlejuice.
A Different Man.
No. Didn't have that one.
Amelia Perez.
I don't think Beetlejuice is in.
Nosferatu.
Nosferatu. Substance.
The Substance.
And Wicked.
And Wicked.
Okay. I haven't had a different man in there all year. Just one I didn't think was going to happen. And no Dune there either.
For achievement in music, original score.
Score.
The Brutalist,
Yep.
Conclave,
No challengers.
Amelia Perez,
Um,
Wicked,
oh, they did put Wicked in.
and The Wild Robot.
Wild Robot. I've been on and off with Wicked getting in here, so I didn't stick with that one.
Now this year's nominees for best live action short film.
Live action short. Okay.
Alien. Anuja. I'm Not a Robot.
0 for 3.
The Last Ranger.
0 for 4.
And The Man Who Would Not Remain.
1 for 5. Jesus.
She's good.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
that didn't go well. That's the worst I've done in that category in a while.
Short film, the nominees are
Give me Bear.
Beautiful Men,
Where?
I have Beautiful Men.
In the Shadow of the Cypress, Magic Candies, Wander to Wonder,
No.
and Yuck by Charlie XCX.
2 out of 5. Not even a bear named Wojak made it in there.
Wonderful. And now we have the first of the 2 award categories honoring writing. First,
Okay.
Adapted screenplay.
Adapted.
Nominees
That's a big one. Complete Unknown.
Complete Unknown.
Thank you.
Screenplay by James Mangold and Jay Cox.
Conclave.
Conclave. Screenplay by Peter Strawn.
Amelia Perez. Or
Amelia
Perez.
Perez. Screenplay by Jacques
Yep.
Audiard.
Oh, sorry.
Collaboration with Thomas
I already marked that
Coulier,
Nickel Boys is in.
Messieurs, and Nicolas Levesque.
Hopefully that's right.
Thank you. Nickel Boys.
Mhm.
Screenplay by Ramel Ross.
And Sing Sing?
Barnes. And Sing Sing.
Okay, that's 5 for 5. A little bounce back there. We needed that. Those shorts, man.
Brett Tweeder.
Telling you, I should have stuck with more of my original thought, which is just pick 5 random ones. You might as well. If you don't, especially if you don't know them, like I just kind of hear.
Screenplay, the nominees
All right,
are
Real Pain or Anora, whichever
Anora,
is going to be
written by
first.
Sean
Yeah.
Baker. The Brutalist, written by Brady Corbet,
Okay.
Mona Fastball. A Real Pain, written by Jesse
Yes.
Eisenberg. September 5.
Ooh,
written by
September
Mark
5 is
Bender,
in.
Tim Felbaum, co-written by Alex David.
And The Substance, I'm guessing.
And The Substance.
Okay, 4 out of 5. No hard truths, but okay.
And last, before our break, the nominees for performance by an actress in a supporting role. Monica Barbaro.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
Ariana Grande in Wicked.
Okay, no Selena Gomez.
Felicity Jones, Brutalist.
It's Felicity Jones.
Isabella Rossellini.
Isabella Rossellini.
Conclave.
I don't think Jamie Lee Curtis.
Saldana.
Zoe Saldana. That's what I'm talking about.
Okay, well, start.
I was so nervous, but she made it. She made it. Monica Barbaro is in. That's what's, oh yes.
Nomination.
I'm just proud to get that right. No Selena Gomez, so no 14 nominations, I don't think, for Amelia Perez, unless it sneaks in for like a costume or a production design. They haven't done that one yet, but I did not know they were doing a break either. How long is the break here? About 4 minutes. Okay, that's plenty of time. Let me turn the volume down. My heart's racing. I'm so excited I got that right because it's not a prove it moment. No. I'm not gonna pat myself on the back way too much for that. I'm just so glad I got it right. But Felicity Jones getting in for The Brutalist, that's a good sign for that movie. Both her and Guy Pearce are in already. So yeah, Selena Gomez. I don't think I was gonna drop her. I just felt like they would both get in, but. It's also, I didn't mention it as much this year, but usually in these supporting races, we've seen it as a long-standing tradition until like about last year that we would see multiple nominees from the same film get into one of the acting categories. But that's 2 years in a row now so far. Unless I don't think there's anything eligible in Best Actor or something. Like Sebastian Stan can't be nominated twice. We'll see if he gets in for The Apprentice. With Jeremy Strong in, that's a sign that he could be in. We'll see. Otherwise, God, yeah. I you know what? You guys have to remind me next year. When we get to the shorts, just go ahead and pick maybe one favorite or two favorites, and then just go crazy. Just go ahead and pick whatever. Costume design was not a very hot category for me either. I did not have Complete Unknown in there. I did not have Gladiator 2 in there. I had them on my maybe list, which is good. So far I haven't had to type in anything, which is nice. But yeah, Conclave, looking strong. It hasn't missed a major category yet. The Brutalist, so far has picked up one extra from what I've got. Challengers isn't doing so hot, though. No score. It was possible for screenplay. That hasn't made it. We'll see. Film editing could sneak in for. And also, is September 5 in for editing? It got in for screenplay. Could it maybe break for picture? We'll see. Getting that screenplay nod could be a one and done in screenplay. We see those almost every year. There's one or two movies that kind of contend in some other categories, and then they end up just getting in for their screenplay. Which so far it looks like Nickel Boys might also be on that path. We will see. Okay, I think they're okay. No, just one more minute here. But yeah, for the shorts, 2 for 5 on animated short. They haven't done doc short yet. And 1 for 5 on live action short. Just miserable. Just absolutely miserable by me. Just some of the worst I've done in recent memory. I can at least, usually I can get like 2, but, in each category. But to pull 1, oh my goodness. I was afraid I was going to be 0 for 5 for a second there. But yeah, so far, Beetlejuice. Nothing for Beetlejuice. Not even costume design, which a lot of people I saw put in late if they didn't already have it. But, yeah, I was sensing that one going away. I thought they'd go Jacqueline Duran there. So yeah, I'll have to look. Maybe we can look up afterwards. But how many of these costume designers for these 5 films I got in, Conclave, Nosferatu, Wicked, Gladiator 2, and Complete Unknown, how many of them have been nominated before? This is, like cinematography, costume designers is also very, for lack of a better word, incestual, very insular group. They really like to nominate their own, and they like to go maybe 1 or 2 new nominees a year, and that's about it. But we will see. Okay, I think they're about to come back, so. Oh, but Monica Barbaro, man. I just, somehow I knew that was going to happen. It's a little feeling. You get those little feelings once in a while. When I was watching the movie, I'm like, she could totally get in. She's awesome in this. And it's, again, star-making role, I think. So, great for her. It's the one nomination from that movie that I was really, really hoping would come true. Ed Norton is also good in it. Timothée Chalamet's really good in it, too. So, I'm sure that, we already know Ed Norton's in. Timothée, I'm sure, is in. That'd be one of the shockers in the morning if he misses. But he was a shocker a few years ago, though, for that substance abuse movie, Beautiful Boy, when he didn't get in. But
I was going to say, it's really special to be here with Rachel. We both got our start in the New York alt comedy scene.
Yeah, we go way back.
They do.
For those of you who don't know, the alt comedy scene is sort of like regular comedy, but for women and gay people. And I just want to say, it makes
Not a bad
sense
joke
that
for
Owen and I are, like,
5 in
doing
the
this
morning.
Now, at this moment in our careers.
Okay, I might turn the volume down
Owen
just
is
a hair here.
now. He's in Hit Movie Wicked.
He is, yes. He is one of the groupies or whatever.
Fatima.
Groupies? Oh, whatever.
Thanks so much.
He's part of the SAG Ensemble nomination, though, for what it's worth.
So anyways, the
Yeah, so
nominees
Wicked's already
for
picked up
TV
one extra.
music, original song.
Song, okay.
Amal from Amelia Perez.
Yes.
The Journey from the 6 Triple 8.
Yes, I have that one.
Like a
Nope, I didn't have that one.
Mi Camino from Emilia Perez. And Never Too Late from Elton John. Never Too Late.
Yes, I got the Elton John one right, but nothing. No Wild Robot. That's interesting. I'm glad I got the Elton John one right, though. That's impressive.
Now, the nominees for Best Documentary Feature Film.
Doc feature. Okay.
Okay.
Black Box Diaries.
I put that one in last minute. That paid off.
No Other Land.
Okay, no daughters, it seems.
Porcelain War.
Okay, I didn't have that one.
Soundtrack to a Coup d'etat.
Yes. Sugarcane.
And Sugarcane.
Okay, 4 for 5. I will take that. I dropped De Olme, which did not make it.
Next, for Best Documentary Short Film, the
Okay,
nominees
it's
are
toward the bottom here.
Death by Numbers,
So far, no.
I Am Ready Warden,
Yes, so no Chasing Rue.
Incident,
Did I have that one? No.
Instruments of a Beating Heart,
Nope.
and The Only Girl in the Orchestra.
Damn, I dropped that one. 1 for 5 again, motherfucker. Damn it, I'm an idiot. I had that one and I dropped it.
International Feature Film.
Shit.
The nominees are
Hate when that
I'm
happens.
Still Here, Brazil.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
The Girl with the Needle, Denmark.
You're kidding me.
I think we're Denmark. Amelia Perez,
Oh.
France.
Okay, they're going by country or
Seed
something.
of the Sacred Fig,
I was like,
Germany.
what?
And Flow.
Oh, no kneecap. Whoa, where did the Brits go? Where did the Brits go? Kneecap?
And for Best
Really?
Animated Feature Film, here are the nominees.
Animated feature, okay.
Flow,
Yes. Inside Out 2.
Inside Out 2,
Memoir of a Snail.
Memoir of a Snail,
Mm-hmm.
Wallace and Gromit,
Yes.
Vengeance Must
I would
Fall,
hope Wild Robot.
and The Wild Robot.
Did they get in for score? Let me remind myself here. Yeah, they got in for score, so they've got 2 so far. Okay.
Here are the nominees for Achievement in Production Design.
Okay.
The Brutalist.
Yes.
Conclave.
Yes. Dune.
Dune Part 2.
All right. Nosferatu.
Nosferatu.
And Wicked.
And Wicked.
I'll take 5 for 5 on that one. Nice. So dropping Beetlejuice was the correct choice. No Gladiator 2 either.
For Achievement in Film Editing, the
Okay.
nominees
This is a big
are
one.
Honora,
I don't think Complete Unknown made it.
The Brutalist,
Damn it. I dropped that one.
Conclave,
No, I should have had that one in.
Amelia Perez,
No Dune either.
and Wicked.
Ooh, Wicked is in for editing. Whoa. Is it in for director too? Did John M. Chu make it?
Achievement in Sound. Here are the nominees.
Interesting. He might be in.
A Complete Unknown.
There's Complete Unknown.
Dune Part 2.
Yes. Emilia Perez.
Amelia Perez.
Yes.
Wicked.
No Gladiator there.
And The Wild Robot.
Wild Robot did pick up one here. Okay. Interesting.
Next, the nominees for Achievement in Visual Effects.
I've got that one next. Good. Better Man?
Alien, Romulus,
No, I originally had that one.
Better Man,
Okay. Dune?
Dune Part 2,
Uh-oh. Did Planet of the Apes miss?
Kingdom of the Planet of the
Nope.
Apes,
They're in Gladiator 2 missed here.
and Wicked.
Wicked. All right. I'll take 4 out of 5. Gladiator 2 is all over the place this morning.
A lot of monkeys in this film. I just realized. For Achievement in Cinematography.
Okay, this is a big one.
nominees are
Dune?
The Brutalist.
Yep, I have that one.
Dune Part 2.
Emilia Perez?
Amelia Perez.
Yes. Maria?
Maria.
Yes. Nosferatu.
And Nosferatu.
5 for 5, baby. Now we're getting back on track. There we go. Conclave did miss.
Performance by an actor in a leading role.
Okay,
The nominees
big one.
are
Adrian Brody?
Adrian Brody in The Brutalist.
Yes. Timothée?
Timothy Chalamet.
Okay.
in Complete Unknown.
Watch out.
Coleman Domingo.
No,
in
no,
Sin City.
Daniel Craig. It is Sebastian Stan. Dang it.
Frank Fiennes in Conclave. And Sebastian Stan in The Apprentice.
Okay, for The Apprentice. Okay. Well, there you go. Bucky from Winter Soldier and Marvel is now an Oscar nominee.
Performance by an actor
He's been on that track for a
in
minute.
role. The nominees are
Cynthia Erivo?
Cynthia Erivo in Wicked.
Of course, he had to announce it.
Carla Sofia Gascon.
Yes.
In Amelia Perez.
Mikey?
Mikey Madison.
Nice.
In Nora.
Demi Moore?
Demi Moore in The Substance.
And Fernanda Torres.
And Fernanda Torres. in
Okay, there's 5 for 5. So we are 4 for 5 on 2 of the acting categories, 5 for 5 in the others.
For Achievement in Directing. The
Okay,
nominees
2
are
categories left.
Sean Baker, Honora.
Okay, they're going to go alphabetical by film. So Brady,
Renee,
yes.
The Brutalist.
Then Conclave.
James Mangold, A Complete Unknown.
Damn.
Jacques Audiard, Amelia Perez.
And I'm guessing Coralie?
And Coralie for Jacques, The Substance.
So Conclave is missing in director. Wow, they hate Edward Berger. They just fucking hate Edward Berger. Damn. Okay. All right.
Okay, here are the 10 nominees.
Here we go.
For Best Motion Picture of the Year.
Here they are.
Complete Unknown.
Laura, Alex Coco, Samantha Kwan, and Sean Baker, producers.
Boom.
All right, I guess I'm not sure if they put the A before.
Nominees to be determined.
Oh, that's interesting when they do that.
A Complete Unknown.
There we go.
Fred Berger, James Mangold, and Alex Heineman, producers.
Conclave.
Conclave, Tessa Ross, Juliette Howell.
There we go.
And Michael A. Jackman, producers.
Probably Dune Part 2 next.
Dune, Part 2, Mary Parent,
And then Amelia
Boyer,
Perez.
Tanya LaPointe, and Denis Villeneuve, producers.
I'm going to highlight it because I know it's
Nominees to be determined.
2 nominees to be determined.
I'm still here. Nominees to be determined.
Really?
Nice paperwork. Let's go. Come on.
Yeah, that's one I did not have written down.
Nominees to be determined.
Uh-oh. Did Sing Sing miss?
The Substance.
Substance, yes.
To be determined.
And Wicked?
And Wicked, Mark Platt, producer.
So no Real Pain or Sing Sing in picture. Well, one of them missed for PGA, so...
Nominees, it's been such a privilege to share the news with you and movie fans around the world.
We are rooting for you all in equal amounts.
Yes. Watch the Oscars live, hosted by Conan O'Brien on Sunday, March 2nd at 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific on ABC and Hulu. We cannot wait to celebrate with you.
We're gonna party.
We're gonna party. Bye.
All right. Goodbye to that. Well, what's the big news this morning? I guess it has to be... let's talk the shockers here first. Did anyone have I'm Still Here in for picture? I certainly did not. I don't think this was... I won't say it wasn't within spitting distance, but that's a shocker to me. I didn't think that one was close for Best Picture. That's the first... that was the first one out of all the 22 or 23 categories where I have written down a lot of shit. That's the first one I had to type in this morning where I'm like, I had absolutely no expectation that was going to get in. But damn, yeah, okay, they did like that one. So it's in for international feature, film, and or picture, I guess, and an actress, which I wasn't too shaking on the actress getting in. I thought she would get in, but yeah, that is a long standing stat. But the fact they gave it picture too, okay, that means they did really like it. Nickel Boys got in for picture, and we got A Real Pain and Sing Sing that both missed there. Both of those got 2 nominations apiece, acting and screenplay, and that's it. A little strange, because typically we do see that screenplay, acting, picture trifecta happen, but not in this case. How about director? How about Edward Berger missing again, even though Conclave is nominated for everything under the sun, except for cinematography, where I predicted it to miss. And it's missing there. So let's see. I have that one. Is that at 9 now? Because it didn't surprise us like with Stanley Tucci or anything. It's in for picture. It's in for actor. It's in for supporting actress. It's in for screenplay. It's in for its editing. That's 5. It's in for its costume design is 6. Production design is 7. Score is 8. And I think that's it, isn't it? Yeah, it's in for 8 categories. Did it miss somewhere? Unless I'm miscounting here. I've got this is a different way I've got it typed up here, so I didn't. My printer finally quit on me, so I don't have it written down on paper here. Complete Unknown arguably overperformed. Even some people, who didn't have it in for like Monica Barbaro and stuff, that one overperformed. Getting James Mangold in, that was surprising. I didn't think he was really like that big a threat. That felt like the natural DGA nominee to drop, because that's always the rule, is you got to drop one of the 5 DGA nominees. And I was like, well, Coralie didn't make it in. She's in, so you got to drop one. I thought it was James Mangold. But for Conclave to miss there, that is... They just hate Edward Berger, I guess, because he didn't get in for the All Quiet on the Western Front, even though that category can tend to love movies that have war in the title or are about war. that was a bit of a shock because I had started calling that one in I want to say late November, early December that year. Like it was pretty early that I was calling for Edward Berger to be nominated. He didn't make it. Did Emilia Perez? So I think that one got 13 instead of the 14. So I was very close on that one. Let me see here. Hold on. Let's go to because it got the 2 songs in. Yeah, we'll have to. I'm gonna have to count up here in a different way or something because again, I've got these in a totally different thing. But picture, director, actress, 1 supporting actress. Screenplay is 5. International is 6. Cinematography 7. Editing is 8. Score is 9. 10, 11 through the songs, and 12 for makeup, and 13 for sound. Yes, so that one ended up at. I'm gonna put this in a different color here so I know what the thing was, and I'll cross out the 14. How about that? I've got it kind of weird on my thing here. So did Conclave get 8? And yeah, I'll have to count up here. Complete Unknown. Did that crack double digits? That had to have been close. Picture, director, didn't have it in for that. Actor, the 2 supporting categories, that's 5. Screenplay is 6. Missed for editing. Costume design makes 7. Sound is 8. That's 8. Okay. So it was +1 for my expectations. So actually not way too bad predicting that one. I thought it might, overperform, but I was thinking the Monica Barbaro thing. I thought Monica Barbaro would be the overperformance there, but instead it's costume design and director, which was surprising. And it missed for editing, which is a little strange that we have... let's see, how many of the editing movies are in for director? Because that's usually an overlap that we tend to see, which is not too surprising. Not too surprising at all. Honora, Emilia Perez, and The Brutalist, 3. 3 out of those 5 were up for director. No Denis Villeneuve for director either, even though Dune did about what I expected here. It's missing in editing, which is a little strange. And they did put in Wicked. So did Wicked crack double? I don't think Wicked quite cracked double digits. That one's I think at 9. Picture, actress, supporting actress, didn't make it in for screenplay, so it's only at 3 so far. Didn't make cinematography. It did make film editing, that's 4. Costume design is 5. Production design is 6. Score is 7. Makeup is 8. And sound is 9. Okay, that one did get 9, so just a little overperforming from my expectations, but we will take that at 9. So yeah, the thing I had read about The Brutalist being underseen, I don't think that was true, because that made it in for editing. Felicity Jones rather. Felicity Jones is in. So it's in for picture, it's in for director. It's the 3 acting categories. That's 5. Screenplay is 6. Cinematography 7. Editing is 8. Production design is 9. Score is 10. 10. Okay, so that's 2 more than what I had. And again, I should have probably... it was going to be weird with the Felicity Jones thing. I didn't know... I would have had to take out Barbaro, so I would have gotten one wrong if I put Felicity Jones in. So, yeah, that's one where I'm like, nope, I just had to take the loss there. I was like, again, that category was so tough this year. You just had to take some risks there. Oops, hold on. Okay, yep, that one there. Let's see here. Yeah, so Conclave. Conclave, I think I had 8, if I counted right. Picture, actor, supporting actress, screenplay is 4. Editing is 5. Costume design is 6. Production design is 7. Score is 8. And that was it. Yeah, so that one was 2 minus from what I had. So, yeah, the thing I just talked about the other day about Conclave maybe being the front runner, missing director's huge. Cinematography also being out there, which I had it predicted to miss. Yeah, and then what was the other one I had it down for that it missed in? Obviously, yeah, director was the big one, but which one was it? Sing Sing got 3. It had the song, and yet it missed for picture. That is a little peculiar. What was the one I had Conclave in for that it missed? Wasn't editing. That's weird. Maybe I miscounted. Maybe I had it in for 9 originally, because I'm counting here. I don't think it missed in anything else I had it down for. I didn't have it in for Stanley Tucci. Yeah, the only thing was Edward Berger. That's a little strange. Okay, how about Dune? How did Dune do? Dune is in for picture. It's in for the rest of them are tech categories. Cinematography. It is in for production design is 3. Sound is 4. Visual effects is 5. That only got 5. So that was kind of like we talked. Some people have talked about. I wasn't totally on board with it, but to only get 5 nominations, okay, that's a lot less than I had it down for. Anora, I think, did exactly what we thought it would. It's up for picture, it's up for director, actress, supporting actor, screenplay, and editing, and that's it. So right on the money. There was 6. That was right. The substance, I think I got the 5 I had it down for. I don't think it overperformed anything. Picture, director, actress, screenplay, and makeup. Yep. So that one was right on. As far as most nominations go, I had it listed in this order. Nosferatu, I think, had exactly what we were predicting. Cinematography, costume design, production design, and makeup. So that's the 4 I had it down for. Let's see. Wild Robot ended up getting the 3, but I did not have it in sound. I had it instead getting its song nominated, but the song missed. Real Pain, a little underwhelming, I think, for them to only get screenplay and supporting actor. There was a chance it could break in for Best Actor for Jesse Eisenberg. Didn't quite happen. And then to miss in picture was a little strange. I thought the actors would be behind that movie. But I'm Still Here ends up getting the 3 nominations with the picture nomination. That was a shocker to me. That's probably one of the biggest shockers of the morning for inclusions for me. Yeah, they like that one quite a bit. Let's go through the categories here a little bit, just a little bit more in depth. As far as like what else, Nickel Boys is that weird screenplay and picture nominee. I had it down for that for a little while. And then, yeah, after it missed, quite a few things here and there. Didn't get much recognition. It got the DGA First Time Nominee Director. Only got the Screenplay nomination at BAFTA. That was the only thing it was longlisted in. Missed at PGA. I was like, I don't know, that one doesn't feel great for picture. But lo and behold, it's here. And something like Sing Sing is not. Too bad. Yeah, otherwise, let's see. What else do we got here? Yeah, Nickel Boys ended up getting 2. I'm Still Here got 3. Yeah, I guess I'm not really sure what to make of the Edward Berger thing. My first instinct is they hate him. They just hate him in that director's branch. They just, for whatever reason, don't like him. Let's see, Sebastian Stan making in for The Apprentice. After the BAFTA nod, I had put him in, and then I took him out, put him back in, took him out at the last second. I stuck with Daniel Craig. So Daniel Craig's still over on his career as an Oscar nominee. Still not there. And Queer, yeah, it was one of those gambles I took as far as it being the only acting, sole acting nominee and stuff. Which, when we look at it this year, are there any sole acting nominees? I don't think there are. Real Pain got the screenplay nod. The Apprentice ended up getting another nomination for Sebastian Stan. So I did have 2 in there. Usually I'm a little wary about putting those in, but that ended up being the case here with those 2. Ended up being my caution was actually correct here. None of the acting nominees are their sole nomination for their film, which is I'd have to look back here over the last few years, because almost every year they put one in. Either that, or they put in someone who's missed everywhere, and then they surprise us on Oscar morning. We didn't have any of that this morning either, did we? Stanley Tucci would have been the one for Conclave, but yeah, that ended up not happening. Everyone else got in at least one spot. So yeah. Let's see here. Yeah, so as far as otherwise for Best Actor, I guess I don't have really much else to say. Ralph Fiennes we knew was in, Domingo was in. Those other 4 we knew were solidly in. We got everything right on Best Actress. No last minute appearance by Angelina Jolie. Pamela Anderson didn't make it in. Last Showgirl ended up not getting anything. Hard Truths I had down for screenplay. That ended up not getting Marion Jean-Baptiste in, so that one didn't have a great morning either. We got 5 for 5 on the supporting actors, 2. No last second appearance by Clarence Macklin or Denzel. Getting Monica Barbaro right was awesome. I'm glad I got that prediction right. Again, that was one, if I had kept her out and I'd put in either a Felicity Jones or a Jamie Lee Curtis or someone else, and she had gotten in, I would have been sick to, not literally, but I would have felt sick to my stomach. I would have been like, God, no. I thought it could happen, and I didn't predict it. So, without spitting everywhere, sorry. Yeah. Selena Gomez was my one miss there. And, I mean, look, frankly, yeah, we knew she was vulnerable. I, just had this thing about, the two nominees from the same film and the same acting category thing. And with it being, I thought would be a popular movie, and it was the most nominated film this morning. Yeah, I figured they would put both in, but not quite. The other four I got, though. This was, again, a complicated race that we figured, okay, we knew Zoe Saldana was good. We knew Ariana Grande was good. Isabella was a little vulnerable, but I was like, I'm pretty sure they'll go with her. They'll go with one of the, usually in that case, yeah, they do like to go one or two veterans in almost every category. Maybe the exception being, supporting actor, they're all relatively younger guys. I mean, Jeremy Strong, Guy Pearce, Ed Norton are all like 40, 50 range, and then Kieran is in his 40s, I believe, and Yora is 20s, 30s, somewhere in there. So yeah, otherwise, for the screenplay categories, 5 for 5 on adapted, I'll take that. And again, weird that Sing Sing gets the screenplay nod, gets an acting nod, and a song, and yet there's no room for it for Best Picture. It didn't have enough number one votes. That's kind of peculiar to me, because again, this was a late break movie, one I didn't see until the last second, and it was like, I liked it. I liked it quite a bit. I thought it's arguably a top 4, or, well, maybe not top 4, but top 5, top 6, 7 range movie of the year for me. So, yeah, that one's a little strange. September 5 getting the screenplay nod. Okay, I had that one predicted for a little bit, and then I took it out once it lost some steam and stuff, and yeah, so that one hung around in screenplay at least. 5 for 5 on animated feature. That was arguably one of the safer categories this year. Doc feature getting 4 out of 5. I put in Black Box Diaries kind of last second, so that was a good one to do there. How about Kneecap missing an international feature? They do go with The Girl with the Needle, which is, I believe, the German film. I was, for whatever reason, the order they were announcing these, it was like by the country or something. So when they said, I'm still here first, I'm like, oh my God. I was about to fall out of my chair in shock if Emilia Perez had missed. I was like, are they seriously skipping over Emilia Perez in the international feature category? I'm like, holy shit. That would have been one of the biggest stumpers in recent memory. That would have been up there with like a Lego Movie missing an animated feature. Both Ben Affleck and what the hell's her name? For Zero Dark 30. Them both missing in Best Director was a huge shocker in 2012, I remember. Catherine Bigelow. Sorry, I couldn't think of Catherine Bigelow's name for a second there. Catherine Bigelow missed, especially more Catherine Bigelow, because Ben Affleck, you could kind of see the actor thing. It's like they don't always love actors in that category anymore. They used to, back in the 90s. It was like almost every year we had an actor primarily known for their, someone primarily known for acting who turned to directing get in. Sometimes they even won the category with like Mel Gibson and a few others there in the 90s, Clint Eastwood too. But yeah, a little strange. Kneecap overperformed at BAFTA, felt like it was in for sure, and they just didn't have room for Kneecap. That branch, they just didn't quite have room for it. Otherwise, in the tech category, cinematography was a 5 for 5. The Maria thing I was nervous about. I was really nervous they were going to put in either Nickel Boys or Conclave, so yeah. So it's weird. Wicked gets a whole bunch of stuff, including editing, and nothing for its cinematography, which the cinematography I thought was really nice too. Speaking of editing, that was a 3 for 5. Emilia Perez I had in, Conclave and Honora. Complete Unknown, weirdly. Okay, you get in for costume design, you get in for director, but no film editing? That's strange. That's really strange. The Brutalist I had in there all year, and then I took out because I was the BAFTA thing and the Ace Eddie thing. That was convincing for me that I was like, okay, I can see it just falling out. And being kind of like Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, I remember, that was one that got in from almost everything, and for whatever reason, film editing it was missing. And it was the first, no, not the first, I believe the second, third time that Tarantino did not have his standard editor on the piece, because usually his, what was her name? Sally was the editor's name. She had passed away, so she was, he had to turn to a different editor. And since then, that new editor, Raskin or whatever, Fred Raskin, something like that, he's never been nominated by the Academy, at least not for Quentin Tarantino's works. I don't think he's been nominated on anything, actually. But I had Dune Part 2 and A Complete Unknown being the two that got in. Instead, they went Wicked and The Brutalist, which, yeah, I had Wicked as actually my first alternate here. Let's see here. Costume design, they went with Conclave, Nosferatu, and Wicked. No Blitz or Dune Part 2. Instead, they picked Gladiator 2 and A Complete Unknown. Yeah, that's a little weird. Production design was 5 for 5. I put in... I was kind of flopping on that one lately, and then I took out Beetlejuice. That ended up being the correct call. Blitz ended up getting nothing. I had that in just for costume, by the way. Challengers also ended up getting a goose egg this morning. I don't know. I was kind of resisting it in a lot of categories. Like screenplay, I wasn't sure if it was going to get in there. What was the other one? Compress, Repress. I never was a firm believer in that song getting in. So I was like, for whatever reason, number one, I saw the movie back in, late April, early May when it came out. And I didn't remember there even being a song. Obviously, a lot of these movies, the song comes in at the end credits. Like a Bird is at the very end of Sing Sing. It's kind of some people argue it's kind of a cheat. It's like you really want that song to be like an actual part of the movie, not just an end credit song. But it is what it is. So when it comes to that, I was like, I don't know. I just didn't remember it. I didn't even know it was a song in the movie and stuff. And then it came up at the Globes, came up at Critics' Choice, and I was like, I don't know. For whatever reason, I just resisted it. But the one place I did not was original score, because it is previous winners in that category with Trent Reznor, Atticus Ross. And I had Wicked on and off in that category. The other four I was solid on. Conclave, Perez, Brutalist, and Wild Robot, I was like, I'm pretty sure on those. It was just that fifth slot, and I was kind of contemplating Wicked. I had it in for a bit, took it out, but ended up not being the right choice to take it out. Original song, getting the Elton John one, I was proud of that one. That was one, when it was on the short list, I was like, I'm putting it in. And sure as shit, here it is. So the only one that didn't get in was the Kiss the Sky one from Wild Robot, which we talked about a little bit. And instead it was Like a Bird from Sing Sing, which I had, at one point I had predicted, but I didn't have a lot of strength in that one. Beetlejuice also 0 for this morning. No appearances from Beetlejuice. Even missed in the makeup category. Instead they go with a different man. A little peculiar to see that one miss for, like, I don't know. Because I had a weird suspicion at the end there. When they said Sebastian Stan, I was like, wait a minute. Different man got in for makeup. I'm like, are they going to shock us and say he gets in for a different man instead of The Apprentice? But it ended up being The Apprentice, so, yeah. So that one's a sole nominee in makeup, which we occasionally do see that. But, yeah. I would have had Beetlejuice as a sole makeup nominee as well. So I was close, but I had the right idea, but just didn't quite get it. Sound category was 4 for 5. Gladiator 2, which... strangely, I'm going to triple check this. Did Gladiator 2 only get in for its costumes? That is peculiar. Costume design, and that's it, because it didn't make it in for production design, it didn't make it in for sound, and it didn't make it in for visual effects, which is really strange that it only got of the one, it got the costume design, and not like, because if I was going to say if it was only going to go like one nomination, I was like, probably visual effects then. But no, instead they go Alien Romulus, which I had picked for a little bit, and then I took it out after it didn't do so well at the Visual Effects Guild. But 4 out of 5 otherwise. Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes was in, Dune was in, Wicked, and Better Man. Better Man was one I was kind of reluctant on at first, but eventually did correctly predict. Less said about the shorts, the better. 2 for 5 was the best I did today. The other ones I went 1 for 5, so forget that. Otherwise, for the multiple nominees, Flo got the 2 that we had it down for. Gladiator 2 was the only one I had getting multiple nominations that only got 1. And then I'm Still Here got 3 instead of 2. A Real Pain ended up getting 2 instead of 3. So, yeah. And then what was the other double nominee that I missed there? The Apprentice. The Apprentice ended up getting 2. So I'll put that one in. Mark it a different way here for my records here. Were there any other double nominees that I missed? I'll check here really quick. I don't think so. Different Man didn't get anything more than just makeup. From the song nominees, you only had Amelia Perez was the only one that got other stuff other than Sing Sing, of course. Let's see. I don't think there were any other ones that got more than one nomination that I didn't have predicted, which is close. I mean, let's see here. Maria had it. I had that one down for 1. It got the 1. I did have I'm Still Here getting multiple, but I did not expect it in 3 categories. Oh boy. Yeah, Nickel Boys. Nickel Boys is one I had down for just 1 and ended up getting 2. So I'll write that one down too. So we had how many end up getting multiple? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I already lost count, sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 16 ended up getting multiple nods. So that I had 15, so I was close. Not too far off for that. But yeah, overall, I mean, a few 5 for 5s. We got the Monica Barbaro thing right. I got the Elton John song one right. Those were 2 I was nervous about. Nailed the actress category and the supporting actor category. Got one of the screenplay categories perfect. Cinematography was perfect. Production design was perfect. I think that's it. Yeah, like I said, less said about the shorts, the better. Okay, so based on this morning's nominations, this is always a fun thing we do. As of this morning, what's the thing we're thinking can win Best Picture? What, did any... Yeah, let's look at that really quick. First of all, for the major competitors for Best Picture, what films were missing key categories, or which ones are now suddenly in all the categories they need? Well, all of a sudden, I'd say a complete unknown. I don't think it can win Best Picture, but it's got everything it needs except for editing. Editing is the one thing it's missing. It got screenplay, it got director, obviously picture, it got 3 acting nominations, and it's got a couple of tech categories too. So seemingly that one is within firing range of being in the conversation for Best Picture. I don't think, again, I wouldn't pick it to win right now, but... Yeah, Anora has everything. It's got screenplay, it's got editing, it's got a couple acting nominations, director, picture. So that's kind of the 5 you need there. Conclave, no, it's missing director. Got everything else though. It's got a good mix of tech categories, including film editing. It's got screenplay. It's got a couple acting bids, obviously picture. But yeah, Amelia Perez seemingly has everything, right? It's got multiple acting nominations. It's got editing. It's got a good mix of tech nominations as well. Not that that's always the biggest thing, but it is nice to have more than 1 tech nomination. It's not always needed. Green Book, Nomadland, as I recall, I don't think got more than 1 tech nomination, maybe. I think it only got the editing nod. I don't think it made it, unless it got in for its cinematography, maybe. But yeah, memory is not serving me on that one, and I don't feel like looking it up. But yeah, that one got director, it got screenplay, so yeah, that one's solid. The Brutalist, I think, has everything. It ended up getting editing. It's got director. It's got multiple acting nominations. It's got screenplay. It's got picture. So that one, I think, is more back into the hunt. Wicked did not get director, but it got that editing nomination. It got the 2 acting nominations. It missed for screenplay. But I don't know. I don't think that one's in... I think that one will vie in a few of the tech categories, like the 2 design categories it could take home. I wouldn't be shocked if it actually takes home makeup. That would probably be my early pick right now. Not that the substance underperformed or anything. I had it right where it got right where I had it. But yeah, I would say for... I don't know. Should we start with picture and work our way down? I guess. As of this morning... Obviously, the big thing, we're going to need to see where some of these other shows go, because so far we've only had Golden Globes, which said The Brutalist and Amelia Perez were our 2 winners. I would say at this moment, I'm not going to predict Conclave, because missing director, that's just too big of an outlier thing there. It's like, there was no reason for that thing to miss Best Director. Edward Berger has gotten in everywhere. He got the DGA nomination this time. Conclave is one of the more nominated films this morning. For absolutely no reason, it missed for Best Director. There is just really, outside of, again, that branch just not liking him as a director. Yeah, because again, we could kind of, in a weird way, even though I was still puzzled, and I still am puzzled to this day, why he also did not get in for All Quiet on the Western Front. At least on that one, we could say, well, he is kind of an unknown. They had an international director in there, and as it ended up with... what's his name, who directed Triangle of Sadness. It's like, okay, they just didn't have spot for him. This time, I'm sorry, but Mangold, who's been around the block a while as a director, and it's like, okay, yeah, he finally got his directing nomination. Good for him to get that directing nomination, even if it's not one of my favorites of the year. He's been around a while, and I like Ford v Ferrari was one of my favorites from 2019. I do love that movie quite a bit. But yeah, I don't think I can't pick Conclave right now. I think it's down to Anora has everything. The Brutalist has everything. Emilia Perez has everything. I think it's one of those three. And right now, as far as momentum goes, coming into today, I think The Brutalist overperformed from where I had it, and I kind of started shorting it in the last couple days here because I just had this, a couple of those reports that talked about it being underseen and stuff. I was like, you know what? I can actually see that with the SAG performance and everything. I can see that lining up. And then the fact that it, was missing in editing from a lot of these other precursors, I was like, yeah, I can see it missing. So and then Felicity Jones felt like she was vulnerable in the supporting actress race. Guy Pearce missed at SAG, but he got in everywhere else. I had him predicted to get in, but yeah. I would say probably right now, stick with The Brutalist for now, if I had to guess today, but Emilia Perez and Honora will give it a run for its money. I don't think Conclave can bounce back from that director miss as of today. We'll see. I mean, we would have said the same thing about Argo here 10 years ago plus, but yeah. In the directing race, I think Brady Corbett has that one, maybe not under lock and key for The Brutalist, but I think he's got to for sure be the front runner. If he does, for some reason, lose on Oscar night, that would be a bit of a surprise at this point. Best Actor, I think this comes down to obviously Adrian Brody versus Ralph Fiennes, but probably Adrian Brody being in the pole position right now. Best Actress is a bit of a toss-up. I could see Demi Moore with The Substance. It's got the picture nomination. That's important. Something that, say, Glenn Close did not have for The Wife, or one of those kind of career achievement type things. And the other important thing for Demi Moore is she does not have Pam Anderson nominated against her, who also has something of a resurgence kind of role. So I would say with the Globe win for Demi, you could argue she's the front runner right now. Mikey Madison, I think, will still be around. Carlos Villa-Gascon could still surprise us here if they want to go with a kind of groundbreaking win, with it being the first trans actress being nominated and winning the Oscar too. And actually, Fernanda Torres, I don't quite sense that it's like a Marion Cotillard quite situation like when she won for La Vie en Rose. Though the movie getting in for Best Picture, though, should say that, okay, this is not just, she got the nomination equals the win. It's not one of those cases this time, I don't think. Supporting Actor, even though A Real Pain is not going to be up for picture, I don't sense that Kieran Culkin is losing steam in that category at all. Like, I don't see what the alternative is. Would they go Guy Pearce for The Brutalist? Would they go maybe Jeremy Strong or Edward Norton? I don't think so. I think it's got to be Kieran at this point. Supporting Actress, Zoe Saldana probably, unless we see Ariana Grande start picking up stuff like a SAG win for Wicked in Supporting Actress, would probably be the thing to turn that race, but at this moment I'm not going to predict that just yet. For Original Screenplay, I think you got to go Honora for the moment. The Brutalist could play spoiler, though, there. And possibly The Substance. If The Substance ends up missing in a win in Best Actress, doesn't pick up Makeup for some reason, then The Substance could take home Screenplay as a kind of consolation prize, and arguably would be called like the most original film of the five nominees. For Adapted Screenplay, I still think Conclave can win this thing. I think it's probably going to be the major win for the movie at this point. So there you go. Animated Feature, it's probably Wild Robot. We'll see about Flow. I mean, it did pick up that surprise Globe win, but I don't know. We'll see. Doc Feature at this point, I think No Other Land is the early front runner. We'll see if there's some shift in that race, though. International feature, this is a big spot for Emilia Perez, especially if it doesn't repeat in Best Picture. Cinematography, probably The Brutalist at this point, though I would say Dune Part 2 is one of the more well-shot movies of the ones I've seen this year. Nosferatu, though, beautiful cinematography for that one, too. But Brutalist is probably in pole position there. For film editing, I can actually see The Brutalist winning this with Dune Part 2, which some people had as the favorite to win. With that one out, I think you probably go The Brutalist here. Costume design, I would probably go Wicked for now. Production design, the same. That goes to Wicked. Original score, arguably that could be a win for Conclave. I could see Emilia Perez winning that, or The Brutalist in a kind of mini sweep, kind of like Oppenheimer last year, where it didn't pick up every last thing, Oppenheimer, but it did pick up 7 wins. I can see The Brutalist potentially being, maybe not exactly that, but it can pick up 5-6 wins, I think, and a score could be one of them. For song, probably El Mal from Emilia Perez, so there's that one. Makeup and hairstyling. This is a spot I'm actually going to say Wicked for now. Just because it's a more popular pick in Best Picture. Substance, of course, is also nominated for Best Picture, but yeah, as is Emilia Perez. And Emilia Perez getting in here was important. I had that one shortly after the short lists were out. I had Emilia Perez in there. For the sound category, it's probably Wicked. I could actually see a Complete Unknown winning this, though. I could see them going with Complete Unknown. Dune Part 2, this could be a spot where they give Dune something, but at this rate, since it got only 5 nominations, if I counted right, and I believe I counted right with 5, that one could be the next category, nothing else, and that'd be visual effects. I can see it winning for visual effects and nothing else. Let's see here. Otherwise, let me go back here. The shorts, who knows at this rate. Maybe Wander to Wonder for animated feature, or animated short rather, since Bear Named Wojciech didn't make it in. Maybe Elephants also missed, so. We had I Am Ready Warden is probably your arguable frontrunner for Doc Short, but again, we'll see if that one shifts at all. And probably The Man Who Could Not Remain Silent is your favorite right now for live action short. Again, that's one I just did. I just did terrible predicting that one. No Ice Cream Man, no Dovecote or Dovecote, or however we would pronounce it. And actually, some of you have reminded me of this. Zoe Saldana is also in that one, so. Once in a while, yes, they do in that category like to go with the movies that do have major actors in them. So, yeah. Now, let me see here. Dune did only get 5, right? I feel like I'm missing something with that one. But yeah, I've only got it. That one only landed in 5. Conclave has not 8 or 9. Let's see here. I think I've got it down for 8. I think that was correct. I'm looking at a different official list here to see, but yeah. Otherwise, yeah, Amelia Perez, I believe we got that one down for 13. Yep, 13 is right. And then, yeah, Brutalist, I think, has 10, if I counted right. And then, sorry, did Wicked get 9 or 10? Let me double check that here really quick. It's in for Picture, Actress, Supporting Actress, Score, Costume Design, Production Design, Makeup, Sound, Editing, Visual Effects. Okay, that one maybe has 10 then. Let me see. Because I counted that one as 9. Let me do it again here. Picture, Actress, Supporting Actress, Editing, Costume Design, Production Design, Score, Makeup, Sound, Effects. Yeah, that is 10. That one did overperform a little bit too. Okay. All right. So, yeah. Otherwise, as far as like what I predicting and all that stuff, I had Amelia Perez at 14. Ever so slight underperformance there with Selena Gomez. It got everything else though. So it was the only other kind of bubble nominations were makeup and cinematography. Made it in for both those. Conclave ended up with 8. That missed. I think I said 10 on the other video, but I think I actually only had it predicted for 9. I think I might have miscounted there because I had it in for picture, had it in for director, had it in for actor, supporting actress. I had it in for screenplay. That would have been 5. I had it in for editing was 6. Costume design would have been 7. Production design 8. Score was 9. I only had it in for 9. Okay, I for some reason I must have miscounted. I had it down for 10, but it ended up it was only down for 9. So that one only missed by 1, and that was Edward Berger. So it got everything I expected except for Edward Berger. Poor thing. The Brutalist, I had that one getting 8. It got 10. Slight overperformance there. Wicked, the same way. I had that one down also for 8. It got 10. Dune Part 2, I had 7. That only got 5. Complete Unknown got 8. And even though I didn't... even though I had it in for editing, it missed there. It did pick up director, and it picked up... what was the other one? Costume design. It picked up costume design as well. Which is a little strange for me, again... that the movie, I feel like with its costumes, it's not like an elaborate costume scheme or anything in that movie. It's period accurate and everything, but I thought that if they were going to go one of the 2 design categories, I thought production design would have been the one they went with, but yeah. Nora got right where we wanted it, and so on and so forth. I think I talked about that a little bit, so yeah. So a couple overperformers, a few underperformers, but overall, I'm still pretty happy with what I got here. I mean, I got quite a bit right. I got 2 of my, I won't say stranger bids, but 2 of my weakest bids that I was like, I hope they happen, were the Elton John song, which got in, and the Monica Barbaro, of course. Yeah, I'm so happy I got those 2 right. Those are the 2 I can walk away and say, I'm glad I got them in. I'm glad I put them in. So, there you go. All right. I'm going to go ahead and we'll say that's it for now. I have to remind myself here, when's our next award show, like the actual show happening? Let me look here. Let's see. We have Critics' Choice is on February the 7th now. They've pushed that one back, so we've got a couple weeks before them. DGA will be the same weekend. Let's see here. We have WGA will be in February this year. They did go back to their kind of regularly scheduled programming. After the strike and stuff from the previous year, they moved that one back to, like, they gave the award out in like April or May or something, so it was way after the Oscars. BAFTA is actually the week after Critics' Choice. Indie Spirits will be a couple weeks before, or 1 week before the Oscars, I believe, because we only got 28 days in February this year. SAG is 1 week from the Oscars, only a week prior, so there you go. I'll have to remind, I'm not sure, I didn't see the date for when Oscar nomination voting ends, but I believe usually the way they do it, I think by the time SAG hands out their awards, Oscar voting will have already been completed. When does Oscar voting end? Let's see if I have a date here. Let's see, on the official Oscar website, key dates. Let's see if this actually gives us the actual dates here. Yes, final voting ends on February the 18th. So, yeah, nominations were announced this morning. They only have till February 18th, so less than a month to vote on this. So, the 18th, that means that'll be just a couple days after BAFTA. So, I would say let's, at this early stage, let's remember that. Let's remember that BAFTA is going to be influential. PGA and DGA are same day, by the way, this year. I skipped PGA. So when SAG announces their winners, voting will have already ended. And BAFTA will be out. PGA, DGA, those will be out. Critics' Choice will be out. Yeah. So yeah, we'll remember that. If there's any last-minute surprises at SAG, let's be a little cautious. Let's not quite follow the coattails of everything SAG this year. Let's make sure we note that. So, all right. Okay, it's been about an hour here, so we'll go ahead and, again, we'll shut it down here. Fairly good morning. Missed a couple Best Picture nominees. Missed a director nomination. Missed a couple acting categories and stuff. Screenplay, we missed one, but glad I got a few other things right. So we'll take our wins where we get them. So, all right. And of course, hopefully we'll see trends-wise here, but this usually tends to be one of the more popular videos that I put out every year. So, I guess really quick, thanks to everyone who joined late, or I shouldn't say late, but we've seen I've seen a few new subscribers here in the last few weeks as the award season was heating up. So thanks for sticking around. Thanks for sticking through my long, rambly videos. I know they're probably not the most entertaining thing to watch, but here we are. And of course, we'll talk more because for those of you who are new, who may not have seen every last thing I've done, I do have a video series that I'm planning to release over the summer here. It'll be kind of a little different for the channel. It's not going to be this style. It's going to be something different. I haven't gotten any too big a progress in that lately, and I'm checking on one other thing because I had to get a new computer this year and stuff. Luckily, the original, because it's a planned five video series, but this fourth video is being a pain in the ass as far as getting clips and stuff for it. I'm kind of to the point now where if a couple things keep going wrong, I'm gonna have to readjust here, and I might have to shorten it to just four videos, which means I have to go back and re-edit a couple things out of one or two of the videos, and then redo a couple things here and there, and then it'll be a 4 video series and not 5. But I'm hoping we can get that 5th one. Hopefully everything works out technologically for me and stuff here. But yeah, we will tease more of that later. We might even, maybe when we get to the last couple videos of the year here, while the Oscar, right before the Oscar winners rather are announced, we might even have a little preview stuck into one of these videos. So we will see. We will see.